Hello, hello, everyone. This is Sam Monreal. Welcome to the webinar. This is pretty exciting today. I'm really stoked for today's guest. As many of you know, I'm really passionate about internet lead generation and internet lead conversion. And I'm really honored that Stephen Pilkington, who many of you guys may know from running a highly successful, highly productive Keller Williams real estate team in the Denver area, and his new venture with 2X Referrals. So 2X Referrals is doing something really unique in the internet lead generation space, and it's unique enough that I wanted to make sure and take some time out so that we could share with you exactly what they're doing and why it's really different than what's the vast majority of internet leads are being generated out there in the landscape that are being sold to realtors. So first and foremost, Stephen, tell me a little bit about 2X Referrals and kind of the thought process behind it and how you guys got launched.
Well, thank you very much, Sam, for having me on here. And, 2X Referrals, we're partnered with a company called Suited Connector that launched in the mortgage lead generation space about 3.5 years ago. And currently, Suited Connector is number 2/number 3 largest generator of mortgage leads for lenders nationwide. So when I got in discussions with the founding partners of Suited Connector about the opportunity to connect realtors with high quality leads, knowing that they've been in the business for years of connecting consumers with top lenders nationwide, it seemed like a no-brainer to now offer that as a service to be able to connect realtors with consumers who have actively filled out a form and are looking to obtain some kind of financing for a purchase.
Okay, so just want to make sure that we get really clear on this. So Suited Connector had already been around, was generating something like, I believe you told me it's like 150,000 or more mortgage leads every single month. Is that right?
Yeah, we actually, we're on track to have our biggest month, and we'll have somewhere around 325,000 leads this month.
Holy shnikes, that's incredible. Okay, so, these mortgage leads that you guys have been generating, the big mortgage lenders, mid-sized banks, stuff like that, those folks have already been engaging with these leads, historically, right?
That's correct. For the most part, the leads have been wholesaled to operations that can cover at least statewide or multiple states, many of which people have heard of. Some of the biggest internet lead mortgage lead providers such as Quicken, Guaranteed Rate, Bank of America. So they're going to top names nationwide. Yeah.
Okay, so these are legit internet leads, right? These are legit mortgage leads. Those types of brands and organizations wouldn't be interested in them if they weren't. What's really new that you guys are doing is really creating an opportunity for real estate agents to work these leads and interact with these leads, and that's really what 2X Referrals is all about, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So one of the things that we've discovered is no one's perfect at lead generation, not in the mortgage space, not in the real estate space. Yet when we look at the combined efforts, our hopes are that the consumers are going to be able to have a fantastic experience with that. Many of the mortgage lenders will reach out to a lead once or twice, and then after that, it just sits dormant. I know high-performing real estate teams, like my team, like the teams that you've been associated with all across the country, Sam. There's going to be a lot more contacts there, and we really want to nurture that lead. One of the things I can tell you is that the leads that we get, it's not like people looking for pretty pictures of a kitchen. It's not like people looking at a master bathroom and then being forced to submit a registration. These individuals are filling out 16 to 28 questions for us. And then once we validate that information, we take that information and disseminate it immediately we auto-load it into your CRM, and we support pretty much every major CRM that's involved in real estate and in lending. And one of the things,
wait a second, Stephen, because I want to stop you there because this is something that, the whole title of this webinar, guys, is the difference between an internet lead and what you get from 2X Referrals. And I want to go back because this is something that, with my team over at Rockerbox, we have people on the phones handling 15,000 internet leads a month. So I'm crystal clear on the fact that there's a big difference between the average internet lead and what Steven and his team are talking about here. So what I always go back to when I think about internet leads is, what is the user's intent? What is the user, the consumer, the lead? What are they actually trying to accomplish in the actions that they're taking online? Remember, guys, this isn't happening in some vacuum somewhere. You know, this is an actual human being who is trying to solve a problem in their life by seeking out information online. So if we think about what traditional internet leads are for most of the lead providers out there, what they are is somebody has started to search for homes, and in order to keep looking at pictures of homes, they've been forced to register. It's basically like, I want to look at homes for sale in Austin, Texas. So I go onto a site, and after looking at 5 or 6 pictures of home, a little screen pops up and says, in order to keep looking at homes, give your name, email address, and phone number. And then some people begrudgingly say, oh, okay, well, I'll give my name, email address, and phone number because I want to keep looking at pictures of homes. Conversely, you have some of the aggregators and stuff like that, like Zillow and Realtor.com, that what their call to action is when somebody wants information about that specific home, then that's what generates a lead. So you've got this spectrum of folks that are really not engaged in the home buying process, that just really want to keep looking at pictures of homes, to these folks that are saying, I want to purchase this specific home, or I want information about this specific home, which again clearly shows that they're more engaged in the home buying process. Still there? Hello, hello? Steven, you still there?
I'm here now. I lost you for a second there. Sorry about that.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, okay, so we were talking about the fact that these internet leads, kind of live on a spectrum, with, again, far into the spectrum being people that just we're trying to look at pictures of homes, people that are actually inquiring about a home. And then why I feel strongly that what 2X Referrals has to offer is probably the most high quality internet lead on earth for real estate professionals in the United States is why, guys? Because looking at pictures of homes, looking at pretty kitchens, looking at nice bathrooms and bedrooms, that is the fun part of real estate. The crappy part of real estate is figuring out how to pay for it. And so what to me shows the deepest level of engagement, the deepest level of user intent, is somebody saying, I am serious enough in the real estate home buying process that I'm gonna finally eat the frog. I'm gonna figure out how to actually go through the process of paying for a home and making sure that I can qualify for a home. And so, as Steven mentioned, these people are filling out forms with, 16 to 28 different questions that they answer that really get into their credit worthiness, they get into their ability to purchase. This isn't like fun stuff. This is like the dentist part of going to real estate. Like, nobody's like, sign me up for the root canal, right? Sign me up to have my credit pulled and for somebody to go through my financial history and make me feel bad about myself, And so that's why these leads, in my mind, and we're going to get into the structure of how Steven's team does it, but that's why the leads, in my mind, are so significantly different with what we're offering here from 2X Referrals versus what you're getting from your traditional internet lead provider. End of rant, mic drop. Sorry, I just had to get on my soapbox about that, guys, because I see the real estate professionals out there kind of getting scammed a little bit with some of these internet lead generation solutions who are just in the business of making sure they're getting them names, email addresses, and phone numbers, when in reality there's a big spectrum of difference between your traditional internet lead and what 2X Referrals has to offer.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct, Sam. And when we look at where we gather our leads, we have a series of over 200 different websites so consumers can go to one that tailors to a conventional mortgage, one that tailors to an FHA, a VA, down payment assistance, USDA. We get a lot of relocation buyers who there'll actually be a two-part lead there. There might be a listing lead in Denver and a purchase lead in Austin, because we've got somebody who registered and they let us know where they live now. They let us know what their time frame is and when they intend on moving. They let us know what their current address is, what zip code they intend on moving to, how much down payment they feel they have. They let us know what they feel their credit score is. This is a consumer selected credit score, so we do highly recommend the agent to do due diligence early on to make sure that that consumer has the right idea. So being connected with a strong lender, and just remember, we are providing lenders to these consumers. We do encourage that the lender that they are provided with is the lender they use. That being said, many of the consumers never connect with those lenders, and then that's the realtor's opportunity to connect them with a preferred lender at that point. So we get a lot of individuals who, by the time they're filling out our form, it's go time. And when they say immediate, it's immediate. And we've had individuals where a lead gets sent out 9 a.m. They're in the realtor's office by 2 o'clock going through a consultation, looking at properties by 5 o'clock, and then under contract on a property 2 days later. So we've seen some very fast turnaround times on the leads that were generated.
That's awesome. Well, and again, I think that this really speaks to the fact that, in the landscape right now with internet leads, guys, as an industry, we're generating about 130 million internet leads every single year. But last year, we only sold about 5.5 million homes nationally. So if you can get a lead, like Steven is saying, that is highly engaged in the process, is ready to meet with a realtor, is wanting to figure out how to get a mortgage, somebody that you can pick up the phone, and in theory, they are ready to go now. Not 6 months from now, not a year from now. They're ready to go now. That's a huge difference maker to not just, this kind of lead fatigue landscape that we find a lot of real estate agents in, where it's just like they're exhausted with the process and they're exhausted with all the follow-up that needs to be done. That said, you do still have to follow up with these leads. They're not an instant relationship. You still have to create that relationship, but we're giving you the best possible leg up that you can get.
Yeah,
So,
that's correct. That's correct,
Steven,
Sam. And one of the things I wanted to point out is we do capture the time frame, as I mentioned, and we have some agents that really want to focus on only now business. We have some agents that specialize in VA, and we've had a couple of great partnerships recently with agents that work military bases, and they've got a great niche in VA. And we capture if they're a VA potential client, and so we can tailor the leads. And our goal at 2X is to have different programs, knowing that not every agent's the same. Markets are very different across the nation. We have our referral program for agents who qualify. We have our enterprise program for large teams and brokerages. And we've got a starter program for new agents who want to be able to receive top quality leads yet may not necessarily qualify for the referral program right away. And through those programs, our account reps work to customize the lead flow so it makes sense for what the agent's business is, and it makes sense for the kind of clientele that they're looking for.
Yeah, so I think that's another thing that's really unique about y'all's business model is you do have this referral program where, agents that do qualify, you guys are actually in business together, right? Your success is actually dependent on their success. So, it functions like a traditional real estate referral. As somebody that has been in the paint, so to speak, and out there actually selling homes and closing deals, I understand that what that reality is like. And so, for teams that qualify for that referral program, you're getting paid on the back end. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So we're fronting an incredible amount of money every day generating leads. And we want to be in partnership with strong agents who know how to convert business. And we want to be a resource to allow them to grow their teams, allow them to add on additional business. We know that many teams out there, they watch the bottom line heavily. And if they have an option where they can pay a referral fee on a lead, then that's what they would choose to do. We even offer a program out where if you're having great success and you want to convert that from referral fee to a paid up front with no referral, we're open to that as well, because we believe that the way to do business is to make it a win-win. And that term gets thrown around the real estate industry a lot, yet it's at the core of our business model. Because the reality is that if we don't create a good product, then we're not going to have great partners working with us. And the more we can cater within parameters to make it a win-win, the better it is for everyone involved. And we really want to make it where it's not an onerous project to follow up and get us information back. So for the time being, all we're asking for is once a month updates. And as soon as a property goes under contract or a client is put under contract, we want to know the status that we can expect when we're receiving referral checks. And it helps us as a business model out what our profits coming back in are. So we really want to make this a win-win. I've been a real estate professional for almost a decade now, and I know what it's like. And I know the last thing on a lot of agents' minds is to be going back into another system and reporting numbers. So that's why our goal was once a month right now makes it a win-win for all people involved, where if you get 30 leads in 1 month, you can let us know how many of those you haven't gotten a hold of, how many of those are nurtures, how many of those you have agency agreements set with, how many are under contract, what's closed, and then of course, which ones are just going to be dead leads that can't convert right now.
Yeah, so Stephen, just playing devil's advocate right now, because I know the audience out there. I've talked with a lot of real estate professionals, and you may have some real estate professionals that say to you, Stephen, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to pay you a referral fee. I'd rather just buy the lead and, be done with it. And if I close it and make money, great. But you guys, 2x referrals are out of the equation. I know that you do also offer that as an option. And one of the things that I thought was really cool about that is, again, this is probably one of the highest quality leads that a real estate team can generate. Again, the very far end of the bell curve here, these are mortgage leads, but you guys have them priced like at the opposite end of the spectrum, about the same as somebody would pay for a lead that they're generating from Facebook or from Google AdWords. It goes into just to, capture the lead after they've looked at a couple of homes. So I thought that was really interesting that, again, truly living and embracing that win-win culture. You guys are pricing for agents who just want to pay for the lead up front. You guys are priced almost too competitively. I actually told you should probably increase your prices. I don't know if you remember that conversation.
Yeah, I do.
But talk to us a little bit about how that works. I know it's somewhat dependent on the area, right?
Yeah. So to start off, we have a starter plan that's 10 leads a month, and it's $400 a month. So you're paying $40 per lead. That's for the agent who's new. I remember when I started in real estate 10 years ago, I signed up for a homes.com and a realtor.com situation where I was paying $25 a lead with a fraction of this amount of information. And this is back in 2007, 2008. We sell these leads, just so you know, to mortgage lenders on the low end for about $25 a lead, on the high end for about $85 a lead. So as a realtor, you're having the opportunity to purchase a lead at half price of what a mortgage lender would be purchasing it. And if you're someone who's looking at more the enterprise solution, so if you run a big team, we have many expansion teams working with us now with agents nationwide. We've actually even become part of their growth platform, where we've got teams calling us, asking us where we have leads so that they can pinpoint their recruiting efforts in the areas that we have strong number of leads. If you're in that situation, then we price it between $25 to $50 a lead, depending on the filters you want to have in place. So if you're looking to cherry pick leads, get certain price points that are higher than a market average that we get, the more filters we add in place for you, then we just adjust the lead price accordingly. Our internet lead model with the lenders is based on a bid system. So we have a company that works with us to accurately bid based on what people are willing to pay for it. We want to have a similar operation with agents. We want it to be competitive. So if you happen to be in a market where the demand may not be as high, then you're going to have a little bit more of a competitive rate than, for example, if you're in a market like Denver, where a pay-per-click lead right now is running upwards of $26 a lead just for a registration with a phone number, name, and email. So
Yeah, and I mean, to use the Denver analogy, I mean, you currently can see some leads from the aggregators like Zillow and Realtor be, $80+, right?
yeah, that's absolutely correct. And yesterday I had the privilege of sitting at a conference with Spencer Raskoff from Zillow, and he was talking about he's a marketing company. He's not a lead generation company. They're very clear that they will market you as an agent and they will market properties. Yet, depending on where you are, like us, for example, we got to the point where our Zillow cost per lead was over $100 per lead. And while we had some quality leads that came through, we also had a lot of leads that just we couldn't do anything with, that were
Right.
rental leads or low price point leads. So when you're looking at paying over $100 a lead, you expect to have some level of quality with that.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Subtext on what you just said there, you referenced in some of these higher demand areas versus some lower demand areas. So, one of the really unique things about 2X referrals is a lot of agents that maybe are in smaller markets or rural markets or second home markets or something like that, often find the awesome lead generation tools aren't available for their market or whatever. Well, the really cool thing about what you guys are doing is y'all are literally nationwide already. So if you're in sort of a smaller market, a rural market or something like that, you already have folks that you need to become referral partners or starter agents in those markets right now, right?
Yeah, that is absolutely correct, Sam. When we look at the leads that we generate, there's roughly 42,000 zip codes in the United States. On any given month, we're generating leads in between 20 to 30,000 of those zip codes.
Wow.
Some of the more rural areas, we may not get leads every week or every month, yet our leads follow population centers. So if you live in a town of 200 people, we're probably not going to get too many leads. Yet if you live in a town like Dallas, with millions, we may get 10 to 14,000 leads per month in that area. So one of the challenges that we have right now is we actually have a lot more leads than we have agents, and we're rapidly looking to sign up referral partners to be able to handle leads that are, for lack of a better term, hitting the ground right now. The faucet's running and no one's catching the gold that's coming out of that. And so we're trying to find partners as soon as we can to start taking some of those leads on.
Okay, so for those of you at home that are taking notes, we are talking about some of the highest quality leads on the market. You can either pay on the back end as a referral fee, or you can pay upfront one of the least expensive prices to buy internet leads in the market. And they currently have more leads than they have agents to handle. So if I were at home thinking about my real estate business, I'd be thinking, well, that's a win, that's a win, that's a win, and how can I jump on this and get a piece of this 2X referrals action? So Stephen, for folks at home who actually want to take advantage of this awesome program, I mean, guys, full disclosure here, like I actually flew myself up to Denver to see Stephen's team's operation because I literally thought, this sounds too good to be true. This can't be right. So I went up and met the team, some of the most amazing, big-hearted people that they have over there. So high-quality team, high-quality lead. You're getting really everything that you want in a real estate lead and referral partner. Not only is Stephen coming from the industry, unlike a lot of folks in this industry who just started a tech company or something like that, you're getting industry experts. I mean, Stephen, you're still actively running a team. I think you were in Gary Keller's mastermind just 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, that's correct, Sam. Yeah, I'm actively running the #1 Keller Williams team for the state of Colorado. We've been #1 past 2 years in a row, averaging about 70 million in sales with over 200 transactions per year.
That's so awesome. Okay, so highest quality leads, best price points, flexible setup structure, great team. How do I get involved, Stephen? Where would I go to actually get signed up with you guys?
The easiest way to get involved is to go to our website, 2xreferrals.com, and that's the number 2, not spelled out, 2xreferrals.com. We have an abundance of information on the website. The sign-up options are there. As soon as you enter your information, one of our talented account reps is going to reach out to you, learn more about your team, learn more about your CRM. And our goal is from the time that someone reaches out to us, within 24 to 48 hours, they're receiving leads from us.
Holy cow. That's awesome.
Yeah, the biggest challenge that we have right now is that we want to work with our agents and make sure we're not sending you too many leads. We want to make sure that we're filtering it right for your needs. Because to be frank, we've had some people who have big eyes and they want to sign up for a lot. Yet we know that if you are a small team, then a couple of leads a day make sense. If you're a big team, then more. Yeah, we've even had some of the largest teams in Keller Williams get overwhelmed by sending 50 to 100 leads a day.
Wow. Well, guys, I mean, I don't know what else there is to say from there. I highly encourage, if you are watching this webinar, do yourself a favor, reach out to the team at 2X Referrals, go through their initial free consultation. All you have to invest is a little bit of time. And like Steven says, they can literally be loading you up with leads in virtually no time at all. And we're really excited. We think that 2X Referrals is going to be a huge player in the market. And like with all huge players, the best thing you can do as a real estate professional is get in on the ground floor, really partner with them. And I know from seeing how they interact with their team and with the other agents they're already working with, they're committed to your success. So visit 2X Referrals today. Again, my name is Sam Monreal. I'm with PitchStack, and this is Stephen Pilkington from 2X Referrals. We look forward to seeing you guys out there at the closing table.
Fantastic.